You're right. I don't know how that happened, but whatever. Did you pause it?
Well, I think it was always paused. I just,
All right. Well, hopefully
anyway,
the,
it's in the Facebook group.
yeah, it's
in
still
the
in the
Facebook
group,
group
so
anyway.
that's good. So that's how you prevent from overpaying on this, okay? You can't overpay if you're looking at this right here, this number right here, okay? That's how you know. Now, what you got to be careful of is you don't want to come in here and overinflate this number to 250, for example, to the makeup for a bad purchase, right? So you need to know where these numbers are, okay?
It has to be in line with affordability. So you have your action. This is why it's so cool to be able to buy houses wholesale and wholesale relative. We're not buying something retail and selling it for 20 or 30% more market value, but we're buying it wholesale. That's where the math comes in. And then the other important part of it is is the payment for principal, interest, tax, insurance in line with what the rent market is. So where's the payment? What is that going to look like for them?
All right, so I'm gonna change over. I'm gonna try to get
So
Adam
it's
up
15.
on here.
This payment here is well at $1,800 to $2,000 a month.
Yeah, but rent's going up so much right now. I don't even think that's even a factor right now. I just do not.
Oh, but it's not
Okay.
4,000. We're not 4,000 a month. It's
No,
in line.
but you still got to be in line. You're never going to go too far because you can't overprice the property, right? So
Correct.
the property is what's going to keep it in checks and balances from, you can't sell it for, 50% more than value.
Well, a lot of people they'll do lease options, and then they'll sell the property as the lease option tenant. They'll give them 5 years and they'll increase the price based off future appreciation of 20 or 30%, right? We have the benefit of buying at a discount and selling retail and making all our money on appreciation and on amortization. And we don't have any risk. We're not paying for any of the expenses on the property. It's so predictable. And it's quicker.
So let's get going here because I want to get to this Adam real quick, and we're going to be a little tight on time. But Adam, I'm going to unmute yourself and then tell us about what the property is. I'm going to pull it up while you're telling us how you found it, where you're looking at, and go from there. Thank you.
Okay, you pulling up the big one, right?
What's the street? I'll pull it up.
The Serrano.
Serrano. Okay,
road.
I'll pull it up while you tell us about Serrano.
Okay, so actually found this through my girlfriend. Her realtor showed it to her, but it's 2 lots. It's 7.5 acres, and it's a 5-bedroom, 2-bath house that needs a lot of work, but it's in Sonora, California. It's in a resort area.
Okay.
You could, build another house on that other property while you live on the other one, and then or rent it out or whatever you want to do. You can, I would turn it into an RV park, because there's, that's a big shortage right now is RVs, places to put your RV in. It's already
That's another marketing tip. Match.com. I didn't know that was an option, but now I'm going to start using it.
So I was thinking I would sell the dream.
How you find deals now? Just go to Match. Go ahead. So Adam, I got the screen up here now. Can you guys see the model?
Yes.
Okay. Somebody has to answer me because I can't hear silence. I can't see what you guys are doing. All right. So you're gonna buy this for $234. It came from your girlfriend. Where did she get it from? Was it her property? Or did she find it someplace?
No, it's a realtor, so I have to pay the realtor.
Well, is it listed on MLS or not?
Yes, it's listed on MLS.
So why would you have to pay the realtor?
Oh, well, because I already contacted the realtor to get
the seller typically
make the offer for the seller.
Yeah, the seller is going to be the selling agent. I mean, the seller, if it's on MLS, I don't know. I haven't seen the agreement, but I'm assuming the seller pays the fees. So seller always, unless they tell you something different.
Well, yeah, okay. Somebody has to pay a real estate.
If it's on the MLS, usually the listing, the seller.
By the way, there is a brand new septic system, and I have the paperwork for that.
All right, good. Well, that'll be great for the new homeowner, but we don't really probably care too much about that, except it can be a value add. So let's just talk about this real quick. So 234 is the acquisition price. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you think the value is 573, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It's 7.5 acres.
Say that 7.5 acres.
Yeah,
So what do you
7.5
guys-
acres. It's two
Yeah. So what you
separate
guys want
lots.
to do, guys, this is a perfect thing. Because when you start looking at a lot of properties, you can just stuff will start merging together. So put that kind of stuff down here, so you can refer back to it. Put your links down here, just so you have it all in one model. And then you also need to follow the video instructions up here, because this is not right down here. There should be a master, and then from the master, there should be all your properties going out to the side as you go on. So you only have to manage one modeling spreadsheet, and all your properties were all in one. If you want to get rid of them at some point in time, delete them, but there's no reason to go back and forth. That's why it's designed in this kind of a sheet. But
it's in the video, but we'll go over it again, because it seems to be something that comes
you guys, when you start messing, here's what I'm trying to explain. Okay. When you do it like this, the model is gone. Okay. If you've made a mistake or you change something inadvertently, you could screw up all your calculations forever. So follow the protocol, because it's for your benefit, not necessarily for mine. So anyway, let's go back to it. So you think you can get $20,000 down? That's way too low of a down payment on a sale price of 573. Okay. That's only 3%. FHA is not even 3%.
Didn't know which number to put there.
I would say, well,
7,000.
I would say,
I mean, it could be close to $100,000. I mean,
but I would say, let's just call 50,000. Okay. Let's put 50,000 in there. Okay. Are we doing any repairs on this house at all?
On this particular model, I think I'm trying not to. I've got another model on another sheet down there.
So my question, I guess, would be, why would you want to do rehab? What would in your mind would say, I maybe should do some work on it?
Oh, I don't want to do
okay.
the rehab.
Then we won't do it. So we'll put
the only reason I would is if I have to.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to do anything. I can promise you. Hey, Elvia, put in the chat the Texas Casa for Sale website, so people can go through some of those pictures of stuff that we've had sold in the past, on what we sold as is. You can tell the stuff that's been remodeled and the stuff that was as is, but look at some of that stuff, guys. There's no reason to fix it. All you do is price it accordingly and sell it on terms. Now, on a $500,000 house, that could be different, but it's a $500,000 house in California, which is the same as a $100,000 house in Dallas. So it's all relative, right? So there again, I'm saying you need to put this in a minimum of 60 days, okay? For modeling purposes. If you sell it faster, cool. But let's just put it in here at 60 days, okay? That, because you got holding costs, and you want to forecast conservatively, okay? If you can beat the numbers, that's awesome. So based on this numbers right here, I mean, this is freaking a smoking deal. So this is a great, I'm going to make the assumptions that this is all right. California, I'm not going to give you that much, probably in California, because it's California, which sucks as a note holder. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't go in your favor, but that's okay. I think we're going to model it.
Still plenty of money there.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of headache as well, right? So you have to look at it from a note buyer's perspective, is the risk and ability to get that asset back in the event of a default. Okay.
Right. I mean, you can bring that down to 85. I'm still going to make
Well,
money.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's why the beauty of this is so, I don't think it'll be that low, but because here's what I'm going to ask you. So let's just say these numbers are right. Okay. Okay. Let's just say they're right. This is going to right now, if this, based on this calculation, $147,000 in cash, a $93,000 second lien, and $854 a month. My question to you is, do you want all this cash, or do you want it more in cash flow? How much cash do you really want on this deal? That would be my first question.
Since I'm at the beginning of this and I need capital to get going, I'd like as much cash as I can get.
Okay, that's fine. So we can.
Hey, real quick, there was a question on, was the ARV number 2, the 2.7 million? That's after a value add and converting it into a RV resort, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So the remodel, there's a remodel house
there.
The 770 is a remodel house, right? That's a comp, right? Okay. So let's just say that you didn't want to have $147,000 because you didn't want to pay tax in the state of California on $147,000. Okay. Things you got to think about, right? Say, yeah, I'm just going to say for argument, you only want half that. Okay. I can come up here and what we can do is let's change this down to 50%. Okay. Okay. That's going to, so I'm going to change that to 50. That gets you 25,000. But look what happens to your second lien over here now. Goes way up. Okay. That's also going to allow me to change this number a little bit. Okay. Maybe even get 90. Okay. But here's what I want to show you. So if you're able to get more money, so now this is your short-term capital gains right here, right? Your regular income is at 20,000. But the second lien, you're not getting taxed. If you structure it correctly with your accountant, you're not getting paid, you're not getting charged 230, you're not getting paying tax on $236,000. What you're getting paid when you're paying tax on is 1/30 of $236,000 each year because it's an installment sale. So these are things that you need to take into consideration when you exit out of it.
These are questions you need to ask your CPA and make sure you have the right CPA in order to know what you're doing, because a lot of CPAs, they have no idea what an installment sale is.
Dealing with it right now with another client, I go, gotta fire your CPA because they don't understand installment sale. That's why a few weeks back we had Prime Corporate Services on there. Put the link in the chat for it. You guys, if you go book yourself at least the free consultation call, this would be a perfect thing to ask them on how to structure on something like this if you want to do it. But these are the things that you control on it. All you got to make sure is that you don't go above 75% on this for this model. So you can leave this at whatever you want it at, Adam, and play with these numbers accordingly, right? Remember, this is just a forecast. We haven't sold this yet. We don't know if we're going to find a buyer at that. You know, we don't know if we're going to be able to negotiate that.
My problem right now is I need the hard money to buy it. Okay. I don't have $30,000 to give to the hard money people as a down payment.
Was that what they're asking for? 30?
Yeah, and then and I guess it's the company I chose, Kogo Capital.
Okay.
Yeah, we know them.
That's Lee Arnold.
Are they bad? Because
they're great, actually.
The seller is balking, saying they can't find anything that they've ever closed on, and they're just finding all kinds of negative stuff.
Oh, they've done hundreds of thousands of deals. Well, put our other one in there. What is it? Reach out to, what is it? It's on the Facebook group.
Certain lending?
No. What's it? I posted it yesterday in the group. It's what's the name of our hard money lender?
For California, it's different than.
No, they do nationwide. It's in the Facebook group. LV, would you go find it in the Facebook group post and please post it in the chat? It's success. All right. Success cap. Creative Dealmaker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I put in I put it in there last night as a request. I submitted it.
Yeah, and here's the other option. Just there's probably people on this call right now in the Facebook group that would love the JV partner with you if those numbers are legit.
100%.
Okay.
Please.
There's people that's why we collaborate. So there's people that have the deals. There's people that want to buy the back end notes. There's people in here that that have capital but don't have the time to go find the deals. Guys, you just need to think outside the box even, and sometimes you're better.
I can't believe it took Stacy that long to even say she was interested. It was like 30 seconds.
Stacy was walking her dog and she couldn't.
Her dog was barking. She couldn't hear.
She couldn't hear it.
Yeah. So, hey, but
does that make sense?
Seriously, Adam, just send it to support send this information, say this is what I need, support at creativedealmaker.com.
Post it
in the Facebook group as well.
I'll just put it in Facebook.
Yeah, I'll work with Stacy here. She's the first one that responded.
Great.
Actually, I responded first, Adam. I responded privately.
I'm sorry.
Here we go.
Oh.
Hey, Adam, I don't really care who you pick because we're going to get 1% of it regardless. So you choose whoever you think.
Okay.
I'm just teasing you. We're not something we're doing. But yeah,
man.
This is why we do this.
I just know when I close this deal, I'll be able to to quit at least 2 of my jobs.
Well, that's good. Well, look,
I'm
you
working,
know what?
I'm working 3 full-time jobs right now to afford to live in California, and yeah, I'm paying almost $5,000 a month in rent.
Yeah.
So I know there's other people out there in my same situation that can work from home now that won't mind moving.
Well, I'm just, this model, California is not my favorite place to do this, but you know what? If you got this kind of spread on it, it could be anywhere. It really makes no difference.
And here's the other side, the right hard money lenders, the right investors in the group, the right people that are looking this deal are going to, if you haven't done a lot of these, are going to protect you from making a huge mistake if the math isn't correct. So you want the right people on your team in order to make sure that this, I mean, this looks like a good deal on the surface.
This is basically my first deal. I mean, I do have another one that I bought for $10,000 of my own money, and I can take as much time as I want on that one.
Adam, the key to this model is because of the scalability is to do all of this with none of your own money. That's the key to this whole model. You'd want to do all of this with none of your money. And so when you find a great deal like this, you'll see if the math is accurate, you will probably be able to get this deal done, pay whatever partnership.
I'm just saying whoever JVs with me is going to have to hold my hand on all the paperwork too. So to make sure I get it.
Well, the cool part is there's a who for everything that you do in here. There's a who for everything. Yeah. You just, once you have the deal and you come out with the exit in your head, and then you have the right exit in mind and what you're trying to do, all that paperwork will flow correctly. You just gotta ask the right question.
All right, we're coming to the top of the hour and we're gonna have to drop off. So let's just go through a couple.
Thank you so much, guys.
Hey, so I hope that helped out, Adam. Post it in, let's practice in the Facebook group, man. And just, if we get to the point where we need to get legal representation involved, we can go back to Prime. They can help structure all of that stuff for you. If we need to get the transaction monitored, you can run it through that as well. So anyway, hope that helps you out, and good luck on getting this one done.
Nice work, Adam. That's awesome.
Thank you. By the way, I've only been here for 2 weeks.
Good. Well, there you have it. Good to know. All right. So questions real quick. So let's see here.
We had a question on that was important, and this has been several. When they want to clarify, how do we come up with our exit number? Like how does that come up when we're doing the ZHVI or whatever we're doing when we're selling a property? And I'll give you my comment and then you can comment too, Nick, but the exit is market value for the as is market value. So that's relative, but inflating prices and inflating payments and sets your borrowers up for failure, right? So it has to be in line with affordability and the price, and the model will tell you what the exit will be. So there's all I don't know if I answered that correctly, but the exiting out of the deal is all based off the market value of that property, and then whatever you pay is going to tell you what your profit will be. What's your thoughts on that? And then I wanted to mention something about Prime Corporate Services, because Stacy says she needs a CPA that understands this stuff, and that's the answer.
Yeah.
What's your take on the?
Yeah, I think I'm not as concerned when I say affordability. I think I don't know if affordability is the right word to use relative to rent value, right? Because when I hear affordability, I'm thinking about the price that somebody can afford to pay. Well, you know what? The price that somebody can afford to pay has been out the window for a long time now. They got to figure out how to make it pay, or they're living under a bridge. That's a problem they have to solve. What we're trying to do is trying to keep this in relative to value and what rent value is relative to that. So,
but also when you do the underwriting, goes back to qualifying and having a borrower that is that's able to the key to the end result is to show proof that the borrower can afford the payment that you're selling, right?
Yeah,
but
there's so many buyers out there, so many buyers. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just telling you right now, it just doesn't matter.
There's more. The supply and demand outweighs. So if you have the asset right now in today's world, you will sell your properties.
Yeah,
for sure.
Don't
overpay for them. But if you get
it, going and building a buyer's list, in my opinion, is just a waste of time.
We talked about it.
Nick and I were like, people tell you to do.
No, Nick and I were like, hey, we're going to build the biggest, baddest nationwide seller finance buyers list in the world. And we're like, well, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. If we have the assets and supply and demand's there, all you need is the asset. Tell people you'll sell on terms, and the
Just
floodgates
go
open.
stand on a corner with the sign that says for sale by owner.
No, the last deal I did in South Carolina, and we got to hop off. But I mean, we had like 20, I think I had like 20,000 people that looked at $114,000 property or whatever, just because it had the terms in there. Okay. Probably undersold it. I just took a good one,
Yeah.
but anyway.
All right, guys, hope that helped out. Thanks for joining, and hopefully the replay will be back in the Facebook group, because apparently when I was talking about how to make $1 million in a week, it was not recording, so that you will not be able to hear that the second time around. But we can,
But it's on Facebook.
it's
So
on
we can get it from
so it'll
Facebook.
be-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, the replay will be on Facebook. So if you're not
So
on
we
Facebook,
should be
get on
we should be
Facebook.
streaming live on Facebook moving forward. So the replays will always be in Facebook. So if you're not in Facebook and you want to see the replay, you're probably gonna need to be in Facebook, because that's where it's gonna be. So
I also, Nick and I just put it, I put in the chat. I don't know if you saw this, but I asked if you guys would be interested in a 1 or 2 day boot camp on how to really, really, really deep dive into it. And I got a ton of people that said, yes. So we'll think through that and see if we were able to do that, because it'll be a lot of fun for sure.
yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. All right, guys, have a good one. We will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Don't know what the topic's gonna be yet, but I'm sure it'll be good. All right, guys,
All
have
right.
a good one.
Later, guys.
Sure.
See ya. Bye.